Welcome to the race-by-race preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Paul Lally back with the selections for the 9 races, and the first gets underway at 6:40 on the C+3 course. And the Class 5 has a class dropper at the top. Vigor Elegant, Winning Heart, last start winner, extra £11. Sky Profit comes back in distance. Speedy Smarty's raced wide at his last 2. Almighty Kick has the cheek pieces on. Double Show, 4 months between races for him. And Winspeeder was a winner, 2 runs back. The pace here, Paul, from Vigor Elegant.
Yeah, downgraded, likes to lead, barrier 4. So that's a combination, I think, that's going to put him in front. Joyful Life has led in the past, but look, he's better if he takes a sit, although he hasn't won yet. Winspeeder, now he's gone forward in his last 2 starts. Speedy Smarty always seems to go forward, but he might just get trapped a little bit wide from barrier number 8, and Winning Heart from barrier 12. Just might have to look for a little bit of cover there.
Ever Smart is the first of them home in our opening replay. Ends up running second with a circuit victory winning the race. Speedy Smarty wide at the bend, Flying Phantom 10th, and Winspeeder fairly handy to the pace this day. Paul, anything out of this replay?
Yeah, no, I do like Ever Smart in this race. Look, he's coming back to Happy Valley. He has performed okay in Happy Valley at the past. He's had 6 goes there for 4 placings. So look, he hasn't won a race yet in Hong Kong from his 14 starts. But his better runs have been at the Valley, although this one wasn't too bad. And I do like him coming back here, and he looks a winner waiting to happen. And from barrier 5, he's going to get his opportunity, as we saw on that speed map. The winner of that race came out and raced pretty well on the weekend as well.
He did up in Grade 2 circuit victory. As we move on to Winning Heart, who's a last start winner. He's wide around the turn and just keeps on making ground. Joyful Life up outside the speed at the point of the bend. He draws 2 with a claim this week, Joyful Life. Winning Heart's had a reasonably good season in Class 5, highlighted by this.
Yeah, and look, he's got 12, but if he does get a little bit of cover, then that'll give him his opportunity, I think. On the C+3 course, I think he'll try and push on, but just sort of sit in behind something. And if that happens, then he'll get his opportunity.
Sky Profit always looks like he wants 1650, then he tries it, and he can't quite get the distance. 1200 2 starts ago at Shartin, he's placed. This is a trial recently on the all-weather, and it's Bowman and Fowles.
Yeah, look, he goes in the numbers just on a minor line for me. But I'm a bit like you. I think a Happy Valley 1400 would be ideal for him, but obviously that's never going to happen. So, look, you can see him trialling really nicely here and wasn't pushed out to do so. So, Hugh Bowman aboard on race day. Barrier number 9, a little bit tricky, but I think he can get across.
That's a breakdown of the first race, your top 4.
You're going to go with Ever Smart on top. I think he can break through in this race to beat Vigor Elegant. Now, he'll be in front, and he is the downgrader. I think he can improve with this downgrade, and he has drawn a barrier number 4, Winning Heart and Sky Profit. 5, 1, 3, 4.
He's up to start 15, Ever Smart, and Paul is with him to win his first race by taking the opener on Wednesday night. Race 2 spins up, and this is another Class 5 over the 1200. 2 class droppers here, Oriental Surprise and Concord Star. Sweet Diamond has the blinkers and crossover noseband off. Tongue Tie goes back on. Campfire steps up in trip. Ragnar has placed 2 of his last 3. The Prime visor off, blinkers on again. So Awesome off a trial between runs. Wood on Fire goes back to the 1200 metres, which is where he has done all of his winning. And Multi Darling, similar conditions, Paul. Barrier number 1 again, and a good weight in which saw him run second last time.
Yeah, good run from him last time. Sweet Diamond, like, he likes to lead. Now, he's got the tongue tie game back on him from barrier 6, a Class 4 winner. Should have good pace to get across here in the Class 5. Not the silly one, will try and get outside him. Ragnar's drawn a lot better, so I think he's going to sit a lot handier. So Awesome's another one that likes to sit on the pace. Now, Wood on Fire has led in the past, but the old boy has been taking a bit of a sit recently.
We do start with that run that Paul mentioned. Multi Darling was actually barrier 3 this night, barrier number 1, so he's automatically going to be on the rail. Wood on Fire given every chance, he runs 5th, and Hoss makes some ground from the back, and he is a 3-time course and distance winner. Yeah,
look, Hoss is the best rated horse here tonight. Last win off 67 down to a 32 rating. We say this every week, and he runs a placing, so surely he's due a win at some stage. Look, Multi Darling was a most improved effort, and we might get a lead off that first race as well.
As we move on now to our second replay, Campfire better this night. He ended up running 5th. Trial since that run has been good. Ragnar 2nd, not the silly one, 9th. Ragnar has had a start following this, or 2 starts actually, and drew wide last time.
Yeah, so look, from a better draw, I think Ragnar's really going to get his opportunity. He ran 3rd off a 45 rating. That's the best we've seen from him. He's at this 36 rating at the moment. You can see him just poking through late. So, look, he's definitely going to get his opportunity once again.
That's it for replays. Who do you like in race 2?
Nice, short and sweet, wasn't it? We did see the winner there, I think. Well, hopefully we did there. And on with the 7 there, which is Hoss. 67 down to 32 tonight. Surely's his night. Multi-Darling in there for 2nd off that lightweight Ragnar. The prime went up to 1650 last time. It didn't really work. They're going to try him back at 1200, so wanted to give him a chance down on this grade. 7, 12, 6 and 8.
Hoss to get back on the winners list for the first time in a little while, but a very well-rated horse from Paul to win race number 2. And race number 3 now, we step it up to a class 4 for this one, and it's a 2200 metre race. Beauty Viva has the tongue tie going on. Dilbar has a crossover noseband re-added and also the tongue tie on for the first time. Management Folks has blinkers again, perfect pairings racing well. Last start winner, Kingly Demeanor last start winner down in grade. A 7-day backup for Lucky Banner and 2 trials between starts for Pinghai Comets. As we have a look at the speed map, Paul, it's Lucky Banner in front.
Yeah, look, Lucky Banner likes to lead, and he led in most of his starts this season, as has Kingly Demeanor. Romantic Fantasy likes to go forward as well. So for a 2200 metre race, sometimes we see these sit-and sprints or mid-race moves in this one. I think the pace is going to be on from the start. Haka Radiance, no one that can go forward as well. So those ones should ensure that every horse will get their chance.
First up is Nick with the trainer of Beauty Viva, Pierre Ong.
Pierre, you've got Beauty Viva, I should say, lining up in race. There's so many of the beauties, of course, running around here. This horse was pretty good last time when you stepped him up in trip at Shelton.
Yes, the only thing that we dealt him last time, he just didn't get his head in front. So we give him 2 trials before this run, and he is in first trial at Happy Valley. He seems to be a bit sour, didn't get in the head in front as well. So the second one, he was happy with him. He's more professional, so hopefully he can bring it out tomorrow.
And is the thinking perhaps the stepping up in trip is what's brought about the improvement? I mean, last time 18, you're now going up to the 2200 metres. So I guess was it always the plan to go that little bit further with him?
Yes, because he's just seems like a more staying type of horses. He can be relaxed, very relaxed in the early stage. So I think by longest distance he can be stronger to get him up in the front.
And you put the tongue tie on, Pierre. How did that sort of decision come about? Was that any sort of feedback from your riders, or why the tongue tie now?
I just want to get him focused, more focus. Don't think of anything else. He seems to be a thinker before in the race, reach the last race. So hopefully he can get more straightforward for us.
You've got gate 11 with him, and I know these races can always be run at sort of a muddling sort of pace. Are you too concerned about where he is? I mean, you've got a top man on board as well, of course.
Yeah, we've got top man. We just have to be patient. We don't have to worry about the pace, and draw doesn't matter. We just leave him alone, and hopefully he brings it out to the end.
We'll move on from Pierre Paul to a race where there's plenty of them backing up from. Race 652 it is. Perfect Pairing was able to get the job done. Won this race pretty well too. He worked to this victory with a placing at the start prior. Haka Radiance racing well, and Management Folks never far away over the longer course.
He's always one to put in, Management Folks, isn't he? Especially over this 2200 metres. He's proven over it. Perfect Pairing, as you say, he won with a little bit in hand here as well. So there's no reason why he can't go in it. Go on with it. He's in the numbers as well. Haka Radiance is just a long-standing maiden, but it was a better run from him there.
A win now, Paul, from Kingly Demeanor last time. This was in Class 5. It was over 1,800 metres. His wins have all come in Class 5. He is a course and distance winner, though, so 2,200 is no problem, but What about up in grade this week?
Look, he's got a light weight. Look, I haven't got him on a win line, but there's no reason why he can't place. You can see him really running away with it here. Now, the thing is, as I mentioned at the start, there is a lot of pace in this race, so he won't get his own way in front. But in saying that, he's been running some pretty honest races recently, and the key for him is when he did step up in distance.
That is Kingly Demeter. So who's in front of him?
Going to go with the one on top here. I think he can win, which is Beauty Viva. We did hear from Pierre in that interview. Hugh Bowman aboard. Perfect pairing. There's no reason why he can't go back to back. Management folks are so honest. And we just talked about Kingly Demeter. 1, 8, 7 and 9.
That is race number 3. All previewed the first leg of Wednesday night's early treble. Race number 4 is up next, and this race is over the 1200 class. 4-0 liner is at the top of the book and has won second up in the past. He's on a 7-day backup. Genius Baby has the cheek pieces and the tongue tie going on. Up with charm blinkers off, earplugs and pacifiers go on him. Bit Superstar was better last time. Rewarding Twinkles now with Frankie Lord. Cheek pieces off, Shadow Roll goes on. Wider draw for Always My Folks, and Devil Dom back in distance, also eligible to run in Class 5. O-liner from the 4 leads, Paul.
Yeah, look, I think he will. The one that could lead as well is Island Buddy. He likes to go forward. Now, Bit Superstar's gone forward in his recent starts, and Always My Folks likes to go forward, but he's drawn wide, so he might just have to try and sort of sit 3 wide with a bit of cover there. Rewarding Twinkle was a bit of trial from him for the new stable. You've got Thunder Prince, shouldn't be too far away. Up with Show, Genius Baby. Super Charizard has gone forward in the past, but when he draws wide, he goes back, and Devildom's way back in trip.
We're going to start with Always My Folks, who ran a narrow second last time behind Telecom Power. Bit Superstar leads and has run past Super Charizard. His best form is in Class 5. Always My Folks struggles a touch, however, from wider gates.
He does, yeah. Look, that's what put me off him. Look, I thought he was entitled to win here, but he did come up against Telecom Power, who actually was a winner waiting to happen. So, look, he was only beaten on the bob as it turned up. Bit Superstar, as you mentioned, was a better run as well, but both got wide draws.
Country Dancer running third. This is on the 30th of April. It's a couple of starts ago. It's a bit disappointing last time, but this shows what he can do. He likes to get back and hope they fly along and then run on.
Yeah, look, he's never won in this class. He's had numerous placings, though, 4 thirds and 3 fourths. I've got him in again in one of those positions, just on a minor line with Country Dancer, because he always gives you a run for your money. It's just his running style, he gives him a bit of a start.
Next up is Island Buddy. 1 start at the City Circuit for a 4th. This is it, and you mentioned in the speed map that he could be an alternate leader. He's on the pace here. Team Happy's to his outside. Give him any show?
Look, he was on the cusp for me, and in the end I did put him in for 4th. He was in and he was out, but he ended up going in for 4th because he's going to be right there. He's got barrier number 8. That was the little reason why I didn't think he would get to the front and he would be just in behind. But in saying that, he's only had 1 start at Happy Valley and it was a good run.
This is a trial from Rewarding Twinkle. As you can see, it is on the all-weather. He ends up running 4th, but it was a very strong finish from him. He's joined a new stable. Haven't seen him since the 3rd of April. Yeah,
there's a gear change going on with the cheek pieces coming off, shadow roll going on. And look, he's always showing a bit in track work, this horse. He's 1,200 metres here, and I like the way he finished off strongly down the outside. Now, it is a different surface, so look, if it doesn't work out for him, I reckon they'd be tempted to try him running him on the all-weather, but he's going to be a decent price, so this is a wide-open race. I'm going to take a chance with him.
He's going on top to win, not a strong Class 4 either.
It isn't. I don't think it is, so he'll get his opportunity for sure. And let's see if we can live up to that trial Rewarding Twinkle. Now, Thunder Prince was unlucky last time. He steps up to 1,200 metres from an inside draw. There's ability with him, so he goes in there for 2nd. Country Dancer was one I mentioned, be running on strongly, and then Island Buddy makes the cut, 9,576.
Race 4 and number 9 for Paul. Rewarding Twinkle to win the first leg of the 6-up. Trophy race, race number 5, the Sauterne Cup it is. It's over the 1650 for the Class 4. Prestige Good racing well. He's placed his last 3. Jubilant winner, visor off, cheek pieces go back on. Sight Supreme, first run since January for him. Daily Trophy minus the blinkers. Jolly Jumper comes up in grade as a last start winner. Amazing Run, blinkers and tongue tie have been dispatched, and Jumbo Fortune, Paul, is on a 7-day backup.
Yeah, he goes back, I think, from that wide draw. There's no leader in this race, so it's not going to be run at a quick pace. Jolly Jumper likes to go forward, Prestige Good likes to go forward, but neither actually like to lead. So there is the opportunity for someone like maybe Multi Dutch or even Super Sicaria to take the bull by the horns here. Comet Splendido has led, but it was a long time ago now. Chill Master was unlucky at his last start, but again, he's drawn wide.
It's winning form, but it is Class 5. It's Jolly Jumper last time at Sha Tin over the 1600, so an extra 50 metres for him to cover this week. And he's a horse that is making his Happy Valley debut from barrier number 9.
Had the 10-pound claim here as well when he won, so he had a featherweight on his back in Class 5, different course. He's drawn awkwardly in barrier 9. Now, one thing in his favour is there's no real pace in the race. So he has got the opportunity, but look, he struggled to win this Class 5 with the claim, so I was happy to watch him in this race.
Leave Jolly Jumper right there at Sha Tin with that Class 5 win. We go to a horse with the top weight, and that is Prestige Good, who's run placings at his last 3, the last time over 1,800 metres. This is it. Derek Long on board for Ricky Yu.
This is what I was talking about. Like, he goes forward in his races without leading, and with no leader in the race, he might just be there by default. He boxed on nicely enough here. He was 3 wide round that bend. Wasn't beaten too much in the end at all. So, look, I don't think this is an overly strong race, and I think he'll get his opportunity.
Jubilant winner, only one time at the 1650. This is it. He ends up running 6th in this race. He's just had no luck with the barrier draws. He's shown a bit over 12 and 1400 at Sha Tin, though. Yeah,
look, you go in the numbers for me, and he would have gone probably close to on top if he'd drawn a gate. It's just, he's going to have to give them a little bit of a start. Saying that, cheek pieces go on, the visor goes off, so a little bit of a gear change. He's got Hugh Bowman aboard, so he's one definitely to keep safe.
And one more to have a look at. Now, Sight Supreme, as mentioned, hasn't raced since January. He's had 2 trials, but he's done not much in the trials, so it was quicker just to show the track work, which he's done not much in either.
Barrier 1, yeah, look, he's... The last run he had wasn't actually too bad, but we haven't seen him for a long time, so just we'll see what comes out of this race.
Just didn't know where to put him. So it's Supreme. So we got a little bit of track work from him. How did you see the 4 in race 5?
With the toppy here, he's going to be on the pace, and I don't think there's going to be too much of it. Prestige Good. Now, I was with Chill Master as the long shot last time, and the gap closed on him just as he was starting to make momentum. He was about 40 to 1. He'll be a big price once again from a wide draw, so I didn't want to leave him out. I want to include him, Jubilant winner, and then we'll put Sight Supreme in there just on that very minor line, because, as I said, that last run at the back end of the season when he did run last time was good. We just haven't seen him for a while, but the horse has definitely got ability. 110.45.
They are Paul's selections for the 5th, the first leg of the Triple Trio. Race number 6 is a 1,200 metre Class 4 race, and from the top, California Deeply. He's a horse that's coming off a 4th in this grade last time. Young Arrows on the class drop. Tactical Command's a 3-time course and distance winner. My Day, My Way, wide draw again. A rewarding Buddy, first start since November for him. Super Pace, just his first start. He's had the 5 trials prior to the debut. Telecom Power broke through last time, carries an extra £5, and it's a better draw for a horse that likes to go forward. Paul, team happy?
Yeah, I think he'll lead. I think he can set up a slow lead, so he'll get his chance for sure. Rewarding Buddy from a good draw. Crystal Powerful, he's gone. He's up to 1,200 metres. Young Arrow can be a little bit closer. King Victor, California Deeply, this is the right grade for him. Tactical Command gets back. Telecom Power, likewise from his draw. Super Pace, the first starter in My Day, My Way. Wide draw went back, just about won.
And here is the jockey of My Day, My Way, Nick, talking to Jerry Chow.
Jerry Chow, you're going to jump aboard My Day, My Way coming up on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. He's an improving horse, this, isn't he?
Yeah, he getting better after the short break, and he looking good now. I trialed him last weekend, and he feeling good.
The trial looked good, actually. I mean, did he feel like he's come on for his run last time?
Yeah, he keep improving in his upcoming horse, and hopefully can get a better run out in the race.
Yeah, it's obviously not going to be easy. It must address, obviously, the barrier, gate number 12. They've not been kind. He's had some wide barriers, but he's been racing well from them, hasn't he?
Yeah, last time 11, and he still ran good, and I just let him relax last time, and he won well for me. And I think this time will probably the same because the jaw is not really good to go in front. Yeah.
He's quite a nice young horse, really, isn't he? I mean, the fact he continues to show improvement, he's taking all before him. I guess he's a nice rider to have. You've had winners at the last 2 Happy Valley meetings, so things are going well for you here.
Yeah, it's so happy to keep winning in the Wednesday, and yeah, the all opportunity is coming, and hopefully can get it. Yeah.
That's Jerry talking at My Day, My Way, Paul. We're going winning form now. Telecom Power, who deserved this win. He'd been so close so often. It'd take him a while to break through and get this opening victory on the board. 18 starts to be exact. Is he one of those horses you think that might be able to go 2 in a row?
Well, look, he was consistent leading into it, so there is that possibility. I just wondered where he was going to be from barrier number 7. That was all. It's just a little bit of a more awkward draw. Like with his last 2 runs, he drew 1 and 4. So, like, always my folks might give us a lead in earlier in the card.
And California Deeply. Second run back in this grade now. He's a horse that has won over the 1,200 metres. 135 pounds, Brenton Avdella for Tony Cruz.
Well-rated horse now, California Deeply. Obviously running some good races in this grade. He's had 7 goes in it for a win in a second. He goes in, he'll go in. Bienvenue was a winner waiting to happen in this, so he wasn't too far away.
That's a breakdown, but is it a case of Jerry Chow's day and Jerry Chow's way?
I think it could well be My Day, My Way. Just has to overcome that wide draw. Has shown he's got a good turn of foot, though. Look, Team Happy, if they leave him alone in front, he could be really hard to run down. We've seen that a few times with this horse, and there doesn't look like to be another leader in the race. Young Arrow, another one who's from barrier 6, has been downgraded. And California Deeply, this is the right, as I said, he performs really well in Class 4. 4-12-2-1.
Paul very keen on race 6, number 4, My Day, My Way. The first of the Class 3s is race number 7. M Unicorn's a 5-time course and distance winner at the top of the book. Aestheticism won over the 1650 2 runs ago. Jumbo Legend comes back in trip. Flying Fortress been very consistent over this distance at the Valley. Absolute on a 2nd time 1650 for him, and the bottom 2 would need to improve on their recent form. We've got a leader here, Paul of Samarkand.
Yeah, look, he looks the only leader, so it won't be a strong pace. That should give Flying Fortress the opportunity to get across. Hammer-On could be a little bit closer. Absolute Honour. M Unicorn, he can go back. He can sort of sit midfield. Aestheticism normally goes back. Jumbo Legend, Lucky Touch from the wide draw of 10, will have to go back again, as he has been with wide draws.
And here is that trainer of Lucky Touch right now. Jamie Richards is the trainer. Nick Child, the interviewer.
Jamie, Lucky Touch, an interesting runner, a nice runner for you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. A model of consistency still, and another good run in defeat last time.
Yeah, he never runs a bad race. He doesn't win out of turn, but he doesn't often run a bad race. He's very consistent, and unfortunately, because he's been so consistent, it's been hard to keep him away from the handicapper. He's gone up a lot in the ratings without having won a race, but unfortunately with the system here, that's just how it works, and we've got to take that on the chin. But he's going well. 3 weeks between runs, had a bit of a change of scenery out there at Chongfa, and seems to have come back down in good shape.
Yeah, it pains me to remind you, but yeah, 12 pounds from the start of the season, so he probably is his own worst enemy to some degree. But last time out, I mean, the horse that beat him, Keithy, we know is a handy horse, so I think the form certainly stacks up, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's a horse that always looks like he's going to win, and then he just doesn't sort of get his nose in front. So he's got that against him, and he's got a bad gate, and there doesn't look to be a lot of pace in the race. So he's got a few things to overcome, but as we've discussed, he's very consistent and always runs well.
He does indeed. You called upon Alexi Bedell also. He's got a pretty handy record, I know, without winning. 2 rides, 2 seconds.
Yep, so he was quick to remind me of that. But anyway, we'll look forward to having Alexi on him.
Well, let's hope he can add that win to the tally. And as for you in the stable, last sort of 3 or 4 meetings have been pretty good and winners along the way. So, you know, the way things are going, you must be pleased.
Yeah, it's been a challenging season, but yeah, hopefully we can keep up a bit of form for the rest of the season that we've got left, and then we'll look forward to next year. But as everyone knows in Hong Kong, with the handicapping system, they go up and they go down, and we've had a few horses that have got to their mark and have been able to win. And a horse like Golden Tronic Mighty's been great for the stable. He's put a couple together, and he gets another crack in Class 4. So and I feel like he won with a little bit in hand. So we'll look forward to him running next time, and you know, hopefully things can keep improving for the stable and everyone concerned.
That's Jamie's thoughts on Lucky Touch. Paul, we can get yours because here he is going back to race 600. Aestheticism just struggled a little bit with the extra £7 following the win leading into this event. Lucky Touch does have that wide draw again.
He does, unfortunately. Look, he's a model of consistency, though, Lucky Touch. He always tries hard. He just can't seem to get his nose in front. As such, he's penalised for his honesty because he keeps going up in the ratings without winning. He has to go in the numbers though because he's so honest. So he'll definitely go in for me.
We'll find out where he's going in shortly because firstly we need to see a very consistent Flying Fortress last start running second. The other two, Hemron and All Cash, also come out of this replay. But is he the one to beat Flying Fortress?
Yes, I think smallest field he can get across. And look, he just got beaten by an informed horse here and a Merrick to spec. So. He's been in good form himself. He won 2 starts ago, and look, I can see no reason why he can't win this race. So I think he's the one to beat.
There he is. So race 7, number 5 on top.
Yeah, I'll go with him. Flying Fortress to beat Lucky Touch. Again, I wouldn't be surprised Lucky Touch just does win one at some stage. He's just unlucky with those draws once again. Summer Khan from the front if they leave him alone. And then M Unicorn, another horse who has got this really good turn of foot. And the £7 claim's really going to help him. 5, 6, 7, 1.
Flying Fortress for Paul. Win race number 7, the first leg of the late treble. Race number 8. Now we drop back down a grade for this one, back to Class 4 over the 1650. The Azure last start winner, extra £5, but out to gate 12. Better draw, however, for Sky Vino. Satirical Fan gets a weight turnaround on race rival Amazing Award. Swagger Bro up to the 1650. Iconical, a better draw for him. We've got Fortune Star, first time at the Valley and at 1650. And Run Timing has placed this distance on the all-weather, and he's the likely leader, Paul.
Well, he's drawn 1, and look, he did lead in his last 2 starts. Satirical Fan, I would say, probably what I'd say would have led had not what I'd seen last week, where he didn't lead and he was happy to hand up. So with Run Timing drawing inside him, I think he can hold him out. Sky Vino's got a bit of draw. He'll get a better opportunity. Viva Graciousness, now he's drawn wide, he's going to have to work to get across. Iconical can get that nice sit. Quick Win has led in the past as well, but it didn't really work out for him. And then Azure might have to go all the way back. Now, Fortune Star led last time over 1,400 metres at Sha Tin, and again it didn't work, but when he was held up for a run, it was a good run from him.
Our first replay is winning form. He's been honest, this horse. Amazing Award. Runs down Satirical Fan and Run Timing, so they clash again. Extra £6 on the back of the winner, though. Yeah,
this is what I was talking about with the horse Run Timing leading Satirical Fan. That's what I think he might do once again. I thought Satirical Fan was just going to win here, but was run down late. So, look, he'll get his chance. And I think Run Timing, if they do leave him alone, is going to get a chance as well.
You've been with the Azure at times throughout his career. He was able to win from a good way off the pace last time. Satirical Fan has, obviously, as we've just seen, come out of this race and run second, but harder this week for the Azure.
It is, from that wide draw. I think he stays in Class 4. That's positive for him. He is the last start winner. He's now won 3 times here at Happy Valley over the course and distance. So he's had a really good season. Again, I'm going to put him in on a minor line, but not on top. And I just like the way he really stuck his neck out to win that race.
And Sky Vino, the last replay, Paul, he leads for home here. He'd done some early work to get across. He's been plagued by some ordinary barriers, not so this week.
Look, he's looks like one of the hardest to beat in this because, look, they went really quick early in this race and he's still stuck on and was in front with about 200 to go. He was just run down late, Sky Vino. I have got one to beat him because I was looking for a bit of value in the race, but in saying that, I think he's going to be tough to beat. So he definitely goes in the numbers.
He's in the numbers, but as you said, one to beat him, and who is it and why?
Going to go with a horse called Fortune Star. Now, he led over 1,400 metres at Sha Tin last start, did Fortune Star, and it didn't really work for him. Last time from 1,200, they rode him quiet and he really hit the line nicely. He comes here to Happy Valley for the first time up to 1,650. I just think it'll suit him and he should be a bit of a price. And the stable, Mark Newnham, Luke Ferraris, going really well at the moment. So, son of a US Navy flag. We'll put him on top to beat Sky Vino, who does look tough to beat. There's Jura in there for third and run timing. 10, 3, 1 and 11.
Paul with Ferraris and Newnham to spring an upset and win race number 8 with Fortune Star. A final race Wednesday night is the 9th Class 3. This one over the 1,200. Chateau Neuf last win, a lot of extra weight this time though for the dominant win. Spicy Gold, 4-time course and distance winner. Sports Legend up in trip. Gracious Express, cheek pieces off. Visor and tongue tie are added. Goko Win comes up in grade with a win next to his name, and down to watch this one and also Skycap Paul.
Look, I thought Sports Legend can get a nice lead here. Skycap eventually I think will get across, but he's going to have to work from barrier number 10, whereas Sports Legend's got a nice soft draw. Spicy Gold can get him behind, he'll get his opportunity like he did last start. Gracious Express, Golden Empire could do it tough. And Chateau Neuf, the horse that did win easy last time, is up 11 pounds and has to do it from a wider draw.
And this is the trainer of Chateau Neuf. It's David Hayes with Nick.
David Hayes, off to Wednesday night we go. Happy Valley, of course. And race number 9, you've got the top weight Chateau Neuf, who, well, it'd be hard pushed to say he wasn't impressive last time. That was a very good win.
Yeah, he got a beautiful run from an inside gate. This time he's got a wide gate and top weight. But his track work suggests he's held his form. And his last couple of starts, he's been very fast beginner. And Ferraris, if it jumps well, I'm sure it'd be bang and be just outside the leader.
It's interesting actually. Luke obviously was so good on him last time. Obviously, naturally he stays on, but he's very good off the front, isn't he, Luke? I mean, in sort of a prominent spot, he's a positive rider.
Yes, the time before when he went to the front, the instructions were to go back to last, but he jumped that fast. He improvised, and it was the correct decision. And if he shows that gate speed of his last 2 runs, the 11 mightn't be as bad as it looks.
What are you more concerned about then, the sort of the barrier, or the fact he's top end of Class 3 maybe?
The barrier. Okay. I think he'll, the way he's won and the way he's been training, he's working like an 80-plus horse.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's won 3 already. So that's him. Let's just go back a couple of days to the weekend. You were always very confident on Ruby Lot, and your confidence was justified.
Yeah, we thought he might be. We don't count Voyage Bubble as a local. He's an international horse. But of the locals, out of the Queen Elizabeth, Hugh Bowman was very confident he could beat them all, and he did, which was a good effort to run second to a champion.
And I guess now that he's got that in his arsenal, if you will, and he's got the ability to run that sort of trip. I guess going forward, I know we're way off it, but for next season, it just gives you a few options to play around with, doesn't it? You see where the others go, and you can sort of pick and choose your races a bit more.
That's right. We'll go where Romantic Warrior and Voyage Bubble ain't.
Probably wise, I think, isn't it?
I think so, but I'm sure he could be very well placed in the lead-up. He'll be beautifully weighted, and he can show he can be competitive in the grand final. So, yeah, he's a horse. We'll put him away now and for a well-deserved rest, and he'll be ready to go at the start of next season.
Just finally, David, just quickly, just an update on Kying Rising. How's he?
Yeah, he's been holidaying and going out the paddock every day. He starts trotting in the trot ring next week in his preparation to peak in October.
We'll move on from David Paul to Goko Win, who's a last start winner in Class 4. It had been a while since he tasted victory. He was right in the market to do it this night and delivered. Yeah, look, it took him a couple of seasons to win between races, and that's just my concern. Can he go bang, bang when he hasn't in the past?
He's now at the 30 starts with these 2 wins. Look, he's drawn barrier number 1 to do it. He's got Matthew Chadwick on with a lighter weight. But he just got there, didn't he? I'm not so sure he can put them together.
A no-go-co win. Then what about Spicy Gold, who's really taken a liking to Happy Valley? He's been mental at times, this horse, but he's come so far and he's now a 4-time winner around the Valley.
Look, he had every chance to run down an informed horse, it must be said, and Happy Fat Cat, but couldn't. He's going to get the similar run here as well. So, look, I think he's going to be in the top 2 or 3 for me. He's going to get his chance once again, but I have got another one to beat him.
And here might be that one, because this is a trial from Sports Legend around Happy Valley recently, over the 1,200 metres. Brittany Wong on board this morning. She'll have taken 10 off if it was race night, but Ellis is riding, and he takes 7 off.
Yeah, look, the big thing for me is if he can get an easy lead, I think he can win this horse. He's got barrier number 4. He's 1 of 68. He's 71 rated now with a £7 claim. And he's drawn that he doesn't have to work to get to the front. Skycap is the other one that can likely to go forward, but he's going to have to work a bit to get across. So by that stage, he could establish quite a nice lead.
And we've got one more trial to look at. It's Gracious Express. Watch this one, and Very Grateful. Interestingly, comes here Very Grateful, who won over the 1,400 at Pukekohe. He's only had 1 trial since he's been here.
Yeah, look, it's hard to have the horse that's only had 1 trial here. I prefer to see at least 2 or 3. Watch, this one's on a 62 rating, so I'll prefer him if he drops the grid.
All right, we'll leave those triallers on that Friday or Saturday morning, whenever those trials took place. They're not in, but who is? Sports
Legend on top. I think he can lead and win with Spicy Gold sitting behind him. So a lead trial scenario for me, 5 to beat 3. Now, Wave Garden has led in the past, but they took a sit last time from a wide draw, and he raced his best race since he's been in Hong Kong. He's going to get a nice cheap run, I think, 3 back on the inside from barrier 3 if they don't want to sort of press on for the lead, and that'll give him his opportunity. And Chateau Neuf, look, I've got him in a very minor line, but there's a couple of things against him, mainly the barrier draw. 5-3-9-1.
Paul has saved the best till last. Sports Legend for Danny Shum and Ellis Wong to win race 9 at Happy Valley.